Okay, everybody, Jackie Stewart.
Thank you. Okay, good morning, everyone. I'm Jackie. Good morning. Hi. I'll be leading us in a meditation in a few minutes, but before I start the meditation, I just wanted to take a few minutes. I was going to talk a little bit about myself and how I started to get into this practice of meditation and how I started teaching. But to be honest with you, the more I thought about it, the less and less interested I became in telling my own personal story, and the more interested I became actually in our more collective story, this larger story that we all kind of share as human beings, right? These stories that we all share. So I'd like to take a moment to just share a personal story about how I came to start appreciating and kind of move into this feeling of this greater sense of this larger story that we share as being human, this larger story of being a human being. So about a year ago, I was on a trip with my mentor and one of my personal heroes. His name is Perch. And we were in the south of India. We were at this ashram. And on this particular day, we decided to just spend our own time, like time on our own, without being together. And on this gorgeous Indian summer afternoon, with the sky kind of painted pink and yellow, I found myself sitting on the edge of this lotus pond. And I'm realizing at this moment, right, how cliche this story sounds. Like I'm in India, I'm at an ashram, I'm on the edge of this lotus pond. But what I experienced really could have happened anywhere. Like it could have happened in my studio apartment in New York. It could have happened sitting in traffic on the street. It could have happened in the bathroom at work, right? But I just happened to be sitting on the edge of this lotus pond, just looking out at this gorgeous landscape of lotus flowers. And as I sat there, I was sort of reflecting on this really beautiful moment of the nature of life. So feeling impermanence, just kind of being witness to that, seeing some of these lotus flowers in full blossom, some as buds that hadn't bloomed yet, and some that were in decomposition. So just really taking this in, like impermanence, this nature of life, everything comes and goes, everything is born and dies, our thoughts included, right? And in the midst of this seemingly profound kind of reflection, this thought occurred to me, this thought came to me. And the thought was, gee, I've been spending a lot of time with Perch. I really hope I've been interesting enough for him. Right? In the middle of India, this thought comes to me. And I think my propensity is to kind of notice something like that and just kind of shake it off, right? That doesn't feel so good. That's kind of sticky. So just shake that off. And I think because I had just given myself a little bit of space to just feel this feeling, to just kind of be with it, rather than try to muscle my way out of feeling what I was feeling and try to make it other than what was actually happening for me in that moment, I sort of took a deep breath and settled into the fact that maybe what I was feeling in that moment was just a pang of insecurity. And that sometimes we feel things like that as humans. And that I had come face to face with this moment of maybe not feeling good enough in that moment. And rather than do this usual kind of breathe myself out of it and wiggle myself away from feeling that, as I could start to settle into it, there was like a moment of honesty, like, wow, this is what insecurity feels like. And actually, when I can sit in this and really feel it, in that moment, I could feel myself connected to every other human in that moment that's ever felt insecurity or who's ever felt a moment of not being good enough. And there was such a richness and a tenderness available to me in that moment. Like, what a missed opportunity if I had just continued on like I normally would have, right? To really be able to feel, I'm pretty sure every single human at some point in their lives feels this. And actually, what a sweet experience if I can just sit back and really get in touch with that. So I share this with you because meditation has given me the opportunity to just open myself up a little bit, to become more aware of my own feelings, and to be able to hold what's coming up for me with kindness in a way, to really be able to look at what's going on, either for myself or for someone else, no matter how comfortable or uncomfortable that might feel. A lot of it is about becoming more comfortable with what might seem uncomfortable. And yeah, I think the idea is that over time, some of those uncomfortable moments actually become kind of sweet, like these sweet little human experiences that we get to just peek into, like a little window. So I'd like to invite you all to meditate on that now. Just maybe if we could find a nice posture where our feet are planted on the floor. Maybe sit upright in our seats, and then also if you want to just let your hands naturally fall on your knees or on your thighs, wherever they comfortably fall. And gently close your eyes. And I'd like to invite everyone to take 3 deep breaths together. So in through the nose and out through the mouth. And just start to feel your sit bones pressing into the seat that you're sitting on. This sense of feeling secure in the chair, like it's got you, like you can trust your weight with it. And then almost like you could feel a swirling energy around your tailbone. Just feel this energy shoot straight up your spine and out the top of your head. So we have these long, strong spines. This sense of being relaxed yet alert. And just for a moment, sending our attention down to our toes. Just taking a moment to feel our toes. Feel our feet. We get around on our feet all day, and rarely do we just stop and take a moment to notice them. Maybe even appreciate them for a moment. And just lightly scanning up, so feeling through our knees. Our hips. Our sit bones. Feeling up through our back, our lower, upper, shoulders also. And just feeling through if there are any points of tightness or tension. And if there are, see if you can send an extra breath there and just let it release on the exhale. Oftentimes we do some holding, some clenching in our shoulders. We usually don't notice it. So just taking a moment to tune in to our bodies. So coming up to the top of your head and washing down over the front side of your face, relaxing your forehead, your eyes, your mouth, your jaw. Flowing down your arms and your hands, and maybe also just feeling the weight of your hands wherever they fall. Perhaps they even generate some heat between your hands and your legs, so just feeling that. It's really subtle things that we might not ordinarily notice. Starting to tune in. And then gently bringing your attention to your belly. And just feeling the subtle rise and fall of your belly. as you inhale and exhale. Just taking a moment to feel what it feels like for this body to breathe. What does it feel like? Maybe just staying like that for a few minutes, staying with the breath, really just feeling this sense of in and out. And if you notice that any thoughts in particular have come to visit you, maybe you've even gone on a ride with these thoughts, no big deal. See if you can just give yourself some space to just notice what's coming up. Oh, that thought's here. Oh, this sensation's here, this feeling. And just kind of give yourself some room to be with that experience. And see if you can also notice the breath still. Almost like you could leave 20% of your attention on your breath. Kind of let the rest of your awareness kind of expand. Being able to take in sounds around us. Maybe also feeling the temperature in the room. Noticing thoughts. Literally just giving ourselves a little more space. Some space to notice. And then as if we could bring our entire sitting time together, this whole meditation, into the next 3 breaths. Let's try to bring our full mind and our full attention to the next 3 breaths as we take them together. So inhaling and exhaling. And 2 more like that. Inhale and exhale. Last one, inhaling and exhale. And just take a moment to generate some appreciation for yourself, for taking the time to give yourself some space and practice this way. Also for showing up at an event like this. What a beautiful way to spend a Sunday morning. What a beautiful thing to do for yourself. So just taking a moment to really appreciate that. Maybe putting that in your back pocket and taking it with you for the rest of the morning and the rest of the day. When you feel ready, you can slowly start to blink your eyes open. And maybe just notice how you feel. Notice if you might feel any different now than you did about 10 minutes or so ago. Physically, mentally, emotionally. Okay, wonderful. Thank you all so much.